Hello everyone, I am Professor Amit Vyas, Computer IT Department from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Today, we are discuss about handover in GSM. So, what is the GSM and what is the use in the mobile wireless communication? We are all the discuss. So, previous lecture we are discussed the GSM architecture or GSM system hierarchy. We can show the what is the use of the mobile switching center and the base station controller and what is the cell and what is the location area, how can you connect. So all the GSM structure we are discuss about the structure of GSM architecture. So this is the importance of GSM architecture. You have question, what is the ME mobile station, what is the SIM card, what is the full form of SIM card, and what is the BTS and what is the BSC, and all the authentication center, all the information in the short question you have find out here. So now we have discussed GSM architecture in the previous lecture in the explain in details. So now we have discussed the handover procedure in the GSM system, or what is the handover or handoff, and how the handoff is different for the roaming. So we have discussed what is the handover and roaming. It is critical process and performed incorrectly handover can be result in the loss of the call. Drop call are particularly anything to use, and if the number of drop calls is rise, customer dissatisfy the increasing and likely change the another network. So if you call any person and the call is disconnect and the drop, that time customer is not satisfy your network. So that time customer is change the network. So types of GSM handover, intra BTS handover, and we can discuss the inter BTS, intra BSA handover. What is the BTS? We can discuss, we can show that the full form. What is the BTS? Base transmitter station, and BSC base station controller. So what is the intra BTS handover? In the form of GSM handover is occurrence if it is required to change the frequency or slot begin used by the mobile because of interference for the another reason. So it is interface is occupied for any networks, then we can change for your mobile network. Inter BTS and intra BSC handover. In GSM handover, a GSM is handoff is occurrence when the mobile is moved out the coverage area on the BTS but the another controller by the same BSC. So इसमें क्या होता है कि आप कोई नेटवर्क को मूव कर रहे हो तो आपके जो कवरेज है पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन में, तो किस बार उस नेटवर्क से सिग्नल को रिसीव नहीं पा रहे हो, लेकिन उस टाइम भी उसको मैनेज करने का वर्क BSC करेगा. So in the BSC is one control of the BTS. So that time BSC mostly connect the mobile service switching center. So that time, so mostly if the network is lost and sometime the network is received, that time BSC can inform directly for the BTS and directly same we can activate. The inter BSC handover, when the mobile is moved out the range of cell control, one BSC or more involved from the handover and it is performed handling over, and not only from the BTS but another but in the BSC to another. We can discuss also all the concept. We can say that if BTC is connected the number of cell, we can show that BSC and then here near about the BTS. So BTS is connected the number of cell, and so cell is directly connected in the mobile station. So all the connection information is occurrence. So this is the all the inter BSc handover and inter MSc handover. So same is a work of for the MSc. This is from the handover is occupy. When the changing the between the network, so two MSc is involved and negotiates the control of the handover. So इसमें क्या होता है कि आपको एक वन मास्टर में से दूसरे कोई मास्टर लोकेशन एरिया में चेंज हो गए तो इसमें भी आपका नेटवर्क को चेंज और मैनेज करने का काम MSc करेगा. So this is the GSM main. In the GSM, which is used the TDMA techniques for the transmitter only for transmit for one slot in the 8, and similarly receiver is received the one slot is a 8. So what is the GSM? We can use the GSM in TDMA techniques. For the transmitter is transmit the 8 slot and receiver is receive 8 slot. As a result of radio frequency section, the mobile could be idle for the 6 slot and the total is 8. So 2 slot is reserved for the mobile network. That is not the case because of during the slot in which is not be communicate the BTS. The scan the another radio channel looking beyond the frequency and then make it strong and it is suitable. So why should we reserve the 2 slot? If the any times your radio frequency is not received in particular signal, that time we can scan the all the frequency and receive one frequency for particular communication or particular signal receiver. So this is the importance. In the mobile communication with the particular BTS, one of the response it make to send out a list of the radio channel is beyond the frequency or neighbor boundary of the BTS via broadcasting channel. We can show that what is the mobile communication is particularly BTS. So all the mobile phone is connect to BTS, and if your BTS is and also BTS is connected in the number of cell, but the cell BTS not work, then your signal is lost, and all the BTS which is connected broadcasting channel. So mobiles can be report the back and quality of the link of the BTS, and the mobile assist in the handover the decision and result in the GSM is known as the mobile asset handover. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि BTS you have scanned the all the frequency. That time BTS is manage your mobile frequency manager, and that time he find out which is the frequency is best for your mobile communication. If the network decided it is necessary for the mobile to the handover, it assigns the new channel and the time slot of the mobile. It informs the BTS and the mobile of the changes. The mobile then return during the period it is not transmitting or receiving in the idle period. The key element of GSM handover is timing for the synchronization. So this is the importance. We can show that network is decide is necessary for the mobile to hand over, and it is assign the new channel and change the network. So this is the all the types of GSM handover, and how can you hand over is drop for particular networks. So mostly if your problems is occupy for networks incoming and outgoing calling and all the particular network. So this is the GSM handover. Now we have discussed about roaming. So what is the roaming? This is the diagrams of the handover. Before the handover, you go to the master station for the mobile communication, and then communication is not occupy or occupy, which is the importance. So what is the roaming? In the wireless telecommunication, roaming is general terms that refer to the extending the connectivity services in the location that is the different from the home location where the service was registered. The roaming is ensure that the wireless device keep the connect to the network without losing the connection. So what is the roaming? In the wireless telecommunication, roaming is generally terms of extend the connectivity of the services. So If your roaming is ensure the wireless device keep the connect to the network without losing the connection. So in the terms of the roaming, we can say that you have moved from one location to another, and that time you have not lose your signal, but your call is connected, and you have moved from one network to another. So this is the one base station. You have moved from one base station to another base station. That time, before the roaming. So if you move, that time your signal is received this base station. After you have moved from master station, that time you have not disconnect this network, but directly move from this base station. So this is the importance for the roaming. In the another word, in the new terms, the roaming is you have call from one to international calling. This is the roaming is a different also. So this is the roaming is the based on the network of the wireless communication. In the terms of roaming, the originate from the GSM is based the terms of roaming can be applied the CDMA technology. So this is the terms you have used for the CDMA technology. So what is the roaming we are discuss about? This is the short, and the next topic is handoff. So what is the handoff? The handover or handoff is refer the process of the transferring ongoing calls or data session from one channel connect to the core network to another. In the satellite communication, it is the process of the transferring the satellite control and responsibility for the Earth station to another without losing an interference of the services. So what is the handoff? Handoff is a mostly part, or you can say that it is the heart of the network capacity. If you move from one network to another, that time all the control is saved. Suppose you have moved from base station 1 to 2, then your all the control, your location, all the information is saved from one to another. So in the satellite communication, the process of the transferring the satellite control and responsibility from the Earth station to another station without losing an interference of the services. So your services is continue without failed your network or any signal. Suppose you have call from one station or one city to another city, and you have continued travel. That time your call is not connected, or it is not disconnect particular move from area, but your network station base station is control is shifted from one to another. So this is the main importance for the handoff techniques. Then next we can show that GSM address and identifier. International Mobile Station Equipment Identity. It uniquely identifies the mobile station internationally. It kind of serial number. So what is the GSM address and identifier? Each and every mobile is occupy some unique identity number because of you have call or any address for your mobile. This is the identity of your mobile station for the address. And how can you find your mobile? You can show that. So this is one unique serial number for each and every mobile station equipment identity. Now we can show how many GSM address you can identify. They are based on the different types. We can show that following area is a part of the IMEI number. So IMEI number is an international mobile station equipment identity. So how can you show that? We can show that the types is approved code. So TAC, this the 6 decimal place is centrally assigned of the code, and Finally, assembly code is the 6-digit decimal place is assigned the manufacturer and also be used the serial number 6 digits assigned to the manufacturer and one is a sparse 1 decimal space. So what is the IMEI number? In the IMEI number 6 digit for the centrally assigned and 6 digit is manufacturing assigned code for the particular mobile and you have find your IMEI number for particular location. It is the fix, so it is does not change. So if you IMEI information in slot 1, so this is your number and the number you have can show that. So this is the same slot 1 have number, slot 2 you have number, then IMEI slot number. So both the same is occupy IMEI information. So if your location, your particular area and your mobile device which place you are used, so all the information is stored or in the mobile switching services, but you have tracked all the record based on the IMEI information. Next we can show the international mobile subscriber identity. It is called the IMSI. So what is the IMSI? So we can start that the international mobile subscriber identity. In the international mobile, how can you find that identity? So first we can find the mobile country code. The 3 decimal places, the international standardized. So you have saw that in the many country you have particular country code. Suppose in the India the country code is plus 91. So this is the country code. So you have call any another country, then it is country code is different. So first identity you have find the this call is go to the another country and this country. Second you have so that the mobile network code 2 decimal place for the unique identification for the mobile network with the country. So 2 decimal place is a mobile network code and then next mobile subscriber identity number. The maximum 10 decimal place is identification the number of the subscriber in the home mobile network. So how can you find this is the subscriber in the identity? So this is the your 10 number digit code. So each mobile is occupy the 10 number digit code. Then you have find the mobile identity. This is the valid code. So this is the international mobile subscriber identity standard. It is maintained to all. Then mobile subscriber ISDN number. Country code is up to 3 decimal places. The national destination code NDC, it is 2 to 3 decimal places, or subscriber number is maximum 10 decimal places. So this is the mobile subscription number we can discuss. Also we can show that the very famous terms, or you can show that what is the mobile telecommunication and what is the standard, and we have discussed the structure of the GSM architecture. So we can show that the mobile station roaming number, it is denoted by the MSRN. So this is the all the short form you have prepared that. Then temporary mobile subscriber identity, you have moved from one network to another network or cell, then it is cell is generated particular temporary mobile number or particular code. Also with the local mobile subscriber identity, this is the local or international you have find out. Then cell identifier within the location area. Every cell is unique cell identity number and together within the location area identity. So what is the cell identifier? So we can show that in the GSM architecture, number of cell which are connected the number of BTS. You can show that here also. So this is the cell which is connect the number of BTS. So here BTS is connect the number of cell, and number of cell is connect the mobile equipment. So it is number of cell is occupy the unique number. So connection of the BTS, and then BTS is informs all the services for the BSc and MSc. So what is the mobile network subsystem? In the MSc, all the information for the particular mobile services based on the SIM registered to the call for the roaming, for the national and international, all the information for the mobile international standard, and all the identity is controlled by the mobile service switching center. So this is the importance part or heart of the GSM architecture. So we can show that international mobile station equipment, and how can you identify, and what is the code, then what is the location area. So this is the cell identifier. What is the cell identifier? In the cell identifier, location area in the every cell has been unique cell identifier, and together within the location area identifier. So this is the importance for the GSM structure. So now we can show the block diagrams, or how can you communicate the call in the routing in the GSM with the each and every process. So now we can show that what is the call routing in the GSM structure. So this is the structure of the call routing in the GSM block diagram. So now we can start that call routing in the GSM. So what is the this is the flow chart or flow diagrams. You can show that how can you call is particular encryption, decryption, and the transmit for one network to another, and what is the problems is occupy, and how can you process in the GSM. So this is the important. First is digitalizing and the source coding, then go to the channel coding, interleaving, burst the formatting, ciphering, then after modulation, and the modulation is go to the ciphering remaining, burst formatting, interleaving, channel coding, and the speech. So complete the flow of call routing. So what is the digital and source coding? The user is speech in the digitalized. So all the information is go to the digitalization. For the any signal or source, go to the 0-1 signal. So this is the importance. To your data will transfer the source coding information. So sender will send all the information in the audio wave. Then you have transmit the particular 0-1 bit, and signal is transmitted. Then after we can show that channel coding. So what is the channel coding? It is introduce the redundancy into the data for the error detection and possible the correction for the 8 kHz sampling rate using regular pulse. So what is the channel coding? Channel coding is an importance because of the data rate in the error correction and error possible coding. It is a part of the channel. So if the error detection is occupied, then how can you handle? It is the channel coding. Interleaving. In this step, rearrange the group of bit in particular way to improve the performance of the error correction mechanism. So what is the interleaving? If the packet or sent in the one network to another, we can show that the TCP/IP model. So in the interleaving, if the one packet it is lost or this is not received, that time the wait particular error detection and find out of which is the packet is missing. Then it is used for the interleaving. Ciphering. What is the ciphering? We can show that encryption and decryption keyword. So the encrypt the block of the user data, symmetric key, and share by the mobile station and the BTS. What is the cipher? It is each and every mobile station is occupy some key information, and the key information is shared for the one network to another. For the encryption, it means your code is any form. For the signal is encrypted code. Then time your decryption key is occupied for the systemic key or symmetric key, which is used for the each and every mobile station. Then burst formatting. In the add some binary information to the cipher block using synchronization and equalization of the receiving the data. So in the burst formatting, you can identify the binary information and send the same synchronization equipment and receiving the data. And the modulation technique, we can choose the GSM structure. So we can discuss what is the modulation and types of modulation, frequency division, time division, and all the modulation techniques we are discussed. Now next we can show the multipath and equalization. So multipath and equalization. The equalizer, it is change of the exacting the right signal from the receiver signal while estimating the change the impose the response. So what is the path? It is change the exact right signal and receive the signal and establish the channel and impose to the particular signal. It is not receive your particular signal in time. That time you have used and established some channel and use the particular network. Then after we can show what is the synchronization. The successful operation of the mobile radio system, time and frequency synchronization are needed for the FDMA and TDMA is using GSM module. So in the GSM we can use the FDMA and TDMA technology for the mobile and radio telecommunication. So now we can show that handoff and what is the GSM address identify number. So what is the identify? How can you find particular mobile, and how can you find this is the network which are used particular location or area, and what is the roaming? How can you show that this is the international call or this is the one national call, and how can you find this is our mobile is in particular area? So each and every information is occupy some code. So in the international board, first 3 digit is a reserve for the country code, you can show that, and the remaining digit 6 digit is particular code for the decimal place, and the serial number is occupied, and the 10 digit is particular code. Then we can show that the IMEI slot, and this is the fix for the manufacturing at the time of your mobile, and then what is the network capacity. So this is the all the information is GSM. And then how can you call routing in GSM block? So in the US transmit your data in the signal form, then each transmit go to the binary information, and then interleaving modulation is occupied and all the TCP IP communication. Then modulation is complete your encryption code is sent to the network, and then encryption. The encryption information is go to the your destination, and encryption information is decrypted based on the cipher, scissor cipher, and all the symmetric and asymmetric key using. Then we can use all the interleaving or interrupted call, and then we can go to the final receiving all the information. So user you can send, and finally destination user is received for GSM block. So this is the important block diagram of the GSM structure. So now we can show that one example of the calling. So this is the fixed subscriber. then it is the change. Then we can show that the gateway of MSC go, and then HLR home location information is not used. Then directly he is go to the ISDN, you can exchange, also be update IMSI number, and finally transmit your signal in the mobile station. So indicate the switching node. If you move from the fixed subscriber to another, that time your location is moved, all the MSC mobile station is moved, and all the calling information regarding all the PSTN exchange information is moved for particular station. So this is the all the calling information. Now we can show that the signaling protocol structure in the GSM. In the signaling protocols, we can show the number of layer 1, 2, 3, and GSM structure. So this is the signaling protocol structure. So in the layer 1 is physical layer, which is used for the channel structure is over the air interface. So what is the layer 1? So this is the mobile station, all the activity. Then this is the BTS, BSC, and MSC. So in the layer 1, what is the use of the layer 1? So in the layer 1, mostly use the physical structure. So what is the physical medium? We can show that in the TCP/IP model, also be shown in the OSI model. So in the OSI model, what is the physical layer? Physical layer mostly used for the bit from. Then next we can show the layer 2, LAPDM. In the data link and across the UM interface, the data link is modify the version of the LAPD protocol. So this is the one protocol of the network used for the ISDN or X25. It is called the LAPDM. So this protocol is used. How can you identify the ISDN number? So what is the ISDN? We have also be discussed. Now the next layer. Across the interface, the message is transferred the part of the layer 2 and signal received the 7 use. So layer 2, the message is transmitted the layer 3, and all the information is passed to the layer 3. So in the layer 3 is GSM signaling protocol. It is the divided into 3 sub-layer: radio resource management, mobility management, and connection management. So what is the radio resource management? So how can you information is managed all the radio signal? What is the mobility? We also be discussed. What is the connection management? It is the connection oriented or connection less services and all the connection. The one network is lose your connection. How can you manage in the connectivity? So this is all the part of the connection management. So now we can show that the next and the final topic of the GSM module structure. It is the different GSM services. So which types of services is provided in the GSM structure? First, you can show the telephony. It means the voice call, all the video text messages you can send, and the services provided in the GSM structure. Then data services. If you lose your data connection or it is occupied some barrier of services, if some problems is occupied, the network is not connected. So this is the one data services you have sent. Then supplementary services, multi-party services. For example, conferencing call, call waiting, call hold, call forwarding. So all these types of services is provided the GSM. So we can show that you have call for any person, that type. It is call not received, then it is occupied directly one message. You have one missed call or this person you have calling. If you are not in particular network and one person is called, that time you have give one message after you have connect the network. This number is called for this time duration. So this is the all mail functionality is provided the GSM services. So call waiting or call hold, you have hold particular call, you have forward your particular call. It means you are one SIM network is call is forwarded to another number. So this is the main structure services is provided to GSM services. So now we can briefly discuss all the services. The topic we can show the GSM architecture. Now what is the handover and roaming? So what is the roaming? We can show that if you move on one base station to another base station, that time your call is does not disconnected. So your call is important and your network is moved, that time you have does not disconnect particular network. So this is the roaming. Now handoff, it means the international all the standard is occupied for a particular serial number. So we can show that. Also, how can you call routing? How can you call? You have call, that time how can you proper channel is occupied? How can you modulation and scissor for all the information? And this is the example. Now this is the structure of the signal. Now we can show the different GSM services called hold, call, waiting, video call, and all the telephone services. So thank you all of you.